Welcome back to Code with SJM. In the last section, we set up our Laravel 12 project with Filament v5 and Livewire v4. We installed DomPDF for PDF generation. We created our first page component using Livewire's pages namespace. Now it's time to design our database schema. Before we write any code, let's think about what data we need to store. We're building an invoice generator. Users create invoices. Each invoice has company information, client information, multiple line items, a selected template, and metadata like invoice number and date. Here's how we'll structure our database. An invoices table to store the main invoice data. An invoice items table for line items. Each line item belongs to an invoice. A templates table to store our available template configurations. And we'll use Laravel's default users table. Each invoice belongs to a user. Let's start with the invoices table. This stores the core invoice information. Company details, client details, invoice number, issue date, due date, tax rate, subtotal, tax amount, total amount, payment status, and which template was selected. Run this command to create the invoices model and its migration. Open the migration file in database/migrations. You'll see a timestamp file. Let's fill it in. Here, we have user_ID field, which is a foreign key to invoices table. It will connect this table to users. Then, we have the invoice number, which is storing the unique number generated to identify invoices uniquely and easily. Then, we have the company informations. Below company informations, define the client informations. Except the client name, other fields are nullable, means can be null when creating a new invoice. Then, define the invoice details that are important like invoice date, due date with nullable fields for notes and terms. After that, we have the fields that will store the numbers for our invoice. We will store the calculated values like subtotal, tax rate, tax amount, and total amount. Last, we have the fields for storing the template ID that will tell us which template was selected and the status of the invoice. Now let's create the invoice items table. Each invoice has multiple line items, products or services, quantities, prices, and totals. Open the migration file and fill it in. This is simpler. Invoice ID foreign key links to the parent invoice. Cascade on delete means when an invoice is deleted, all its items are deleted too. Description is the product or service name. Web development, logo design, consulting hours, whatever the user is billing for. Quantity, how many units. Unit price, price per unit. Total is quantity times unit price. We calculate this on the front end, but we store it for record keeping. Sort order lets users reorder line items. Drag and drop. The first item has order 0, second has order 1, and so on. Now the templates table. This stores our available invoice template configurations. Template name, preview image, whether it's active, and any template-specific settings stored as JSON. Open the migration file. Name is the template display name. For example, Classic Business. Slug is the URL-friendly version. Example modder-invoice. Description explains the template style. Preview image shows a thumbnail. This helps users choose. Settings is JSON. Different templates might need different configurations. Colors, fonts, layout options. We store these as JSON for flexibility. Is active. We can disable templates without deleting them. Sort order controls the display order in the template picker. Perfect. Let's run these migrations. Laravel creates all three tables: invoices, invoice items, and templates. Check your database. You should see the new tables with all the columns we defined. Now, let's start to update our models. Starting with the invoice model. Open it and amend the following changes. That has factory trait. Allow your model to have access to factory functionality if you have to generate dummy data from factory class. Fiable attribute defines which fields can be mass assigned. This is for security. Only listed fields can be filled via create or update methods. Add all the fields we have from the migration file. Casts. Laravel automatically converts these fields to the right types. Invoice date and due date become carbon instances. Decimals stay precise with 2 decimal places. Relationships. User relationship. Each invoice belongs to a user. Items relationship. Each invoice has many items. We order by sort order, so they display correctly. Template relationship. Each invoice belongs to a template. The calculate totals helper method. This recalculates subtotal, tax, and total. We sum all item totals. Calculate tax based on the tax rate. Add them together. Save the invoice. Generate invoice number method. This creates unique invoice numbers. Format is INV-year-number. For example, INV 2026-0001. INV 2026-0002. We find the last invoice from this year. Increment its number. Pad with zeros. This ensures sequential numbering. Now the invoice item model. Open app/models/invoiceitem.php. Fiable. Same pattern. Define what can be mass assigned. Invoice relationship. Each item belongs to an invoice. The booted method. This is where the magic happens. Eloquent model events. When an item is saving, we calculate its total. Quantity times unit price. When an item is saved, we recalculate the parent invoice totals. When an item is deleted, we recalculate again. This means totals stay accurate automatically. Add a line item. Invoice totals update. Change a quantity. Totals update. Delete an item. Totals update. No manual recalculation needed. Now the template model. Open app/models/template.php. Feable and casts. Settings is cast to array. Laravel automatically encodes and decodes JSON. When you access settings, you get a PHP array. When you save, Laravel converts it to JSON. Invoices relationship. Each template has many invoices. Active scope. This is a query scope. It filters only active templates and orders them by sort order. We'll use this local scopes to make the query building clean and reusable. We need to add the invoices relationship to the user model. Open app/models/user.php. Add this method. Don't forget to import has many at the top. Now users can access their invoices. Let's seed some templates so users have options. Create a seeder. Open database/seeders/templateseeder.php. We're creating 4 templates: Modern Minimalist, Classic Business, Creative Agency, Corporate Blue. Each has a name, slug, description, and settings. Settings include primary color, font family, and layout style. These settings will control how the invoice looks when rendered. We'll use them in Section 3 when we build the template components. Go through it slowly for my source code to understand each of the details. The source code link is available in the video description. Now register this seeder in the database seeder. Open database/seeders/databaseseeder.php and use the call method to call our template seeder class. Run the seeder. Check your database. The templates table should now have 4 templates, each with its own settings and preview configuration. Excellent. Our database structure is complete. We have invoices, invoice items, and templates. Our models have relationships. Invoice belongs to user and template. Invoice has many items. Item belongs to invoice. Automatic total calculations work through model events. We seeded 4 professional templates. Users can choose from Modern Minimalist, Classic Business, Creative Agency, or Corporate Blue. Each template has its own color scheme and layout settings. In the next section, we'll build the actual template components. We'll create blade components for each template style. Each component will render an invoice beautifully using the template settings. We'll use Tailwind CSS for styling, and we'll make them work both for preview and PDF generation. This is coming together nicely. We're building a solid foundation. If you're enjoying this series, smash that like button and subscribe to Code with SJM. Drop a comment below if you have questions about eloquent relationships or model events. See you in the next one.